Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the animated services boxes in WordPress Nextr. This is a series of videos taking a look at Nextr's blocks one by one. To get started, let's open up a brand new blank page and look at this block on its own. Alright, just a few housekeeping things for the beginners out there. If this right-hand sidebar isn't here, there's this button with the right-hand sidebar called Settings beside Publish. Just click on that. And this is where all the settings for our block will show up. Next, let's give a title to our page. Just to keep things organized, since this is a brand new blank page. And let's add the block itself finally. So there's this blue button over here with a plus icon called Block Inserter. And we can either search for it, or here you go, Nextr blocks. Animated service boxes. It's interesting how it's a gift present icon, and you can see what it's used for. So we have here a few different tabs: marketing, then we'll move over here, sales, fulfillment, and there are some images that we'll add in. And you can see we have 8 different styles to choose from, and they're all animated, as you can see. And it's an easy way to make your website look really cool. So let's go ahead and choose a simple one. And let's rock with this. And then we have a few different slides to choose from. So like active slide could be number 2. That could be the open one, or slide 0. And we can also have a display button open for these, you can see. And we can also change the button over here, and there's a few other styles that we can choose from. And then we'll have our each individual item over here. It's almost as if it's a menu or old social media icon type thing. So, for example, we're going to be marketing our services here at Website Assets. So let's go ahead and change this to tutorials. Or, if you wanted, you could use a dynamic value from a post or an archive title or an author ID if you wanted to use this as profiles, links to profiles for your authors or articles. And then we can also use a dynamic value from here and from here. But if you wanted to, just go ahead and insert something from your media library. So let's go ahead and just look for some generic stock images here. For example, just this building over here. You can see it should appear, tutorials. And then for the next one, we'll have to go down over here, tutorials, e-courses, and then change the image here as well, and begin to populate our animated service boxes, and then so on and so forth. And we can add our other item over here, fulfillments to and we'll go ahead and upload something here. We'll select from here. Okay, and here we can change what the button text is. So for example, on this one, learn more, and that's what's going to happen over here. For the e-courses, sign up, and button links. These are pretty self-explanatory. And then for the tutorials, we're going to change it to something like right. And we can duplicate these as we please, right? And we can also drag and drop them with these. Let's close this first. We can drag and drop these around, so we can duplicate that, and it'll be over there. We can also add another item as an example. And we can also change the image size over here. And for layout, we can change the text alignment and text offset. I'll probably just keep it on that. And column manage what columns we have and then what kind of gap we have between the columns. So that's kind of cool. And then for style, what title tag we'll have. So H1, H2. By default, it's H6 because it has to be a bit smaller. And it might be different for whichever other style or layout you choose from. So for typography over here, we can change our font family, font sizes as well, colors over hover, maybe this color, right? And then for the subtitle, the same thing, maybe H4 or something, make it a bit smaller. For the description, well, if you had a subtitle for description, we can change the color over here as well, make it black. And then for the button, we can change our styling here. We can change our bottom spacing and our padding. I'll probably keep that over here. And our radius, our other settings for how the buttons are going to look like, we'll just keep them default. And then for the content background, we can use an image or a gradient or add a border to our text. You can see it kind of shows up over here in the sides between when they load up. We also change the border width. And over here, we have our advanced settings. Over here, our hard position settings, such as z-index, and our responsive settings here to hide on desktop, tablet, and or mobile. And that's just the same for every single Nextr block. So there's a variety of ways that you could use this block. And here's just a simple example of how to configure it and what kind of options there are. And it's really up to you how you want to use it. Like I mentioned earlier, you could use dynamic fields to make your own blog archive using this, a really cool blog archive using this. You could use it to make profiles for your authors, your writers, for certain products, for example. So let's go ahead and click on publish and take a look at how this looks like on the live site. It's a very powerful block and makes it so much easier to make your website look really cool. And isn't that great? And if we were to go ahead and change up the style over here, you know, and save that, right, and reload this, you know, it's gonna keep it the same, and you can see how each one of these works and why it's important to go under the style settings and change up your typography and how it looks like. So there's the animated service boxes in WordPress Nextr. If you found this video helpful, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe to our channel, as it really helps us out with the YouTube algorithm. Show this kind of video to other nerds like us. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Hey, if you found this video helpful, be sure to check out one of our other videos, or go ahead and check out our channel and subscribe to see more content like this.